Awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Are there any guests in the house? Did anyone invite you to the meeting? If they did, it is so lovely to have you here. Thank you for attending. We are going to speak to you tonight about phototherapy. Absolutely revolutionary technology that is already in a million homes. Optimizing health, wellness, life in general, just empowering lives throughout the world. Absolutely incredible. If you've been invited here, then you might have already been sent a link called thisisitinfo.com. Incredible link. If you have received it, I encourage you to please scroll through the whole website. There is so much information there. There's a doctor section at the bottom. If you're a doctor, if you're a medical practitioner, see what doctors are saying, see what doctors are speaking about. But let's just start by doing a recap on what phototherapy is. So I will play this little short video for you just to remind you what it's all about. And let's do a recap. Can you hear the sound? Can you see it?
It's a form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
Isn't that incredible? Our body's own natural ability to heal. I mean, thinking about infrared light, if you really think about it, how do you know when you're really sick? Because of your temperature. Your temperature rises. But now we have this amazing light technology that can actually use that infrared light to help us to optimize our health and well-being. I just think it's so incredible. When I think, whenever I watch that video, and I've probably watched it like 100 times now, I just get goosebumps to just think of the miracles that we are in life. Life is just so amazing. And all those trillions of cells just doing all that work for us, it's incredible. But the question here is, have you been patched yet? If you have not been patched yet, I encourage you to please reach out to the person who invited you to this meeting, get in touch with them, go through This Is It info again, and, think about it. It's absolutely incredible, but that's why we're here, to share this information with you. So let's talk a little bit about LifeWave products, okay? First and foremost, LifeWave is groundbreaking life-enhancing technology. As you saw, using your own light energy. It is a non-transdermal patch which contains no drugs, no chemicals, and no stimulants. And because it does that, we don't like to make medical claims. So we like to remind you that LifeWave does not claim to treat or cure or heal any dis-ease in the body or any conditions that you have. But like I said, we're going to go through it and you're going to see what an absolutely incredible creating miracles worldwide. I mean, there you see, we are stepping into a season of miracles. You know, inflammation, psoriasis, so many conditions that it helps people with. But let's talk a little bit about myself. By the way, my name is Alondra Coleman. Before we go on to the medicals, my name is Alondra Coleman, and I'm a LifeWave brand partner. I was sponsored and introduced to LifeWave by Oliver Grimley. And my life has changed incredibly since. And I can't wait to share a little bit of my story with how the patches have aided and enhanced my entire life, and not just my lifestyle, because of the earning potential of LifeWave. Let's look again at some of these medicals. You know, can you see the screen? I have block faces here because we protect, we respect people's rights. But I mean, look at the wound healing capabilities here. This was on the first day after an operation. I'm not sure if you could see the first photo there. And look at it 10 days later. That is absolutely incredible. I don't even know if there's a skin cream or something else that can do that. In the center there was a little, I think he was 6 years old. I stand to correction on that. Jammed his finger in the door. Doctors didn't really want to reattach it, but ended up reattaching it on the insistence of the parents. And they started on LifeWave patches. I mean, look at that. And if you really go into looking at LifeWave, you will see how many more. There are so many doctors getting on board with LifeWave because of the wound healing capabilities. I mean, there are plastic surgeons that use it in their practices. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But again, let me share a little bit of my story with you. So let's see this. First, let's start with this. How are you feeling today? From a scale of 1 to 5. Put a 1 to 5. 1 being extremely good, 5 being blah. Put it in the chat. Let's see how you're feeling today. And I promise you we're heading somewhere with this. Because honestly, a few years ago, I was feeling beyond a 5. As you can see there, in the green dress. But today, by the way, my feedback, I'm a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way. I promise you. So you will see me there. That was myself at my sister's, as a maid of honor at my sister's wedding about 10 years ago. I was, as you can see, I stopped weighing at 150 kilos. I was on Victoza at that stage, Victoza injections. And to be honest, I was eating very little. I was exercising, and nothing was working for me, including the Victoza. But I remember thinking to myself at that stage, this is it. Like, this is it right now. At that stage, I made the decision to become an active participant in my own life, to make decisions like I made with LifeWave. And as you can see, miracles have happened in my life over the last few years. And oh, my kitties, yes. And then LifeWave came into my life. And I thought I was doing well. Well, I wasn't doing very well, but we'll get into that. It just completely elevated my life. You'll see there in the flowery shirt, that was the first day. I started a week of patching and I was on my way to the endocrinologist because I wanted to get measured results to see how the patches are working for me. But just going back before that, because I was so overweight, My body was totally inflamed. I was suffering from burnout, chronic fatigue. I think everything you could think of that just was not great in one's life. And as a result, I had this chalazion lump on my eye, and it just wouldn't go away. It would come and go. You can see in the center photo there, I have very big pores, and I struggled with that for a long, long time. 24 hours after putting an X39 patch on, an X39 patch, I had the most incredible results. I could not believe it because I was at my wit's end. I kept being encouraged to go get surgery. And I thought to myself, I don't want surgery. I don't want drugs. I don't want chemicals. I want a natural solution. 24 hours, everything came to a head. And eventually it just worked itself out. I mean, you can see me today. Oh, I can wear makeup again. It's just delightful. And then, excuse me, I had what I believe they call dysarthrosis. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I got so used to hiding my hand. Even if we go back to these pictures, you'll notice how I hide my hands. Yeah, I started using LifeWave. I started to open up. People didn't even know that I had this on the hand. I got so used to hiding my hand. But here we are. You can see. There's my hands. That's X39. That's incredible. And the miracles just continued and continued and continued. That was my second day in the middle of using X39. You can position X39 anywhere on the body, although we'll go into it as we go into the product to show you that there are some key points that work much better. I just chose to put it on my forehead that night. And about a month later, I was doing a 3-hour hike. This is after using phototherapy. I hiked right up to the base of Table Mountain. And then I did Walk for the World, Dr. Joe Dispenza's Walk for the World. I mean, totally different person. Okay, but we're not here to talk about me, but the last and greatest miracle that I have had, which I suppose made me a one-patch wonder, is my sugar levels. Now, you saw me going to the endocrinologist there. I was a red flag type 2 diabetic. And no matter what I did, it just didn't work for me. And I went back to the doctor 2 weeks later. She actually arranged to loan me a glucose monitor because I said, it just can't be. It can't be. But I said to her, I've just started these patches. She had no words for me. She said, you know what? You're on a maximum dose of medications. You're refusing the semaglutide. We just got to keep changing the medications up, or you got to do something. I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat the same. Give me the glucose monitor, and I'll show you. Let's give the patches an opportunity to work. And there you see, my average ended up at a 6, from a daily average of 12.7 to a 9.5. In actual fact, the first day I put an X39 on, my blood sugar levels were 11.3. That evening I went to bed, my blood sugar levels were 6.3. It was the best thing that ever happened to me in 10 years. I could not believe it. But I'd like to remind you that phototherapy patches are not just for sick people like I was. Phototherapy patches are for everyone. Despite your age, despite your lifestyle, they are life-enhancing wellness technology. This is our senior president's son, and he was a class 1A division athlete. And when they started using the patches, he started breaking his own records. I mean, we're looking at the Olympics now, and if you are following anyone who posts on social media about LifeWave, you might have seen that there are athletes, pro athletes in the Olympics at the moment who are using LifeWave patches. Now, we all know you can't compete in the Olympics without the drug testing and so forth. So that's how much it tells you that it's a non-transdermal patch. There's nothing going through your body. In the patch is some amino acids, salts, sugars, natural plant-based substances. And that's it. no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. Incredible, right? Okay, so moving on, let's talk about how we came about phototherapy. This incredible man, David Schmidt. This man is so fascinating to me. You know, over 130 patents. LifeWave phototherapy is patented technology, and we will get into that. There's nothing else like it in the world. There may be other products that appear to be similar, but nothing like LifeWave because it is patented. And this man has spent an incredible amount of money, 450 million, and 10 years to develop X39. That's besides the other patches. He's really invested in helping and empowering lives. And isn't that what we want to do, where we want to head? Empowering each other. But so how many South Africans in the house and how many overseas people in the house? Because LifeWave is global. It's such an inclusive, supportive community. Because when you're using LifeWave, you just feel better. But let's talk a little bit about stem cells. What do you know about stem cells? And I'm just going to take a drink of water quickly while we ponder on that. So I knew very little about stem cells. So if you don't know much about stem cells, I promise you are not alone. But I'm going to relate, because I'm South African, I'm just going to relate to South Africans here and just explain to you how I actually first came about learning about stem cells. Was when the rugby player, US van der Westhuizen, became ill. He got that, I think it was motor neuron disease. And I remember reading in magazines about how he was trying all these treatments, and one of those treatments was stem cell injections. And I thought to myself at that stage, well, thank goodness he has the money because of the career that he's had, because I can only imagine how expensive this is. And then I was reading up a little bit more about stem cells, and I came to understand how controversial it was, how expensive it was, and how it could or couldn't work. So it wasn't a definite. It was a yes or a no or maybe, kind of thing. But this is what X39 actually assists and aids with. Let's talk about the reality of stem cells, because your stem cells begin to diminish over time. I mean, that is why you just don't heal the same way that you would heal when you were younger. I mean, if you're over 40 or 50 and you go for a glass of wine, and you go for the night out, it's much harder to lift your head from the pillow the next day, sort of thing. So stem cells are really important for the healing processes in our body. As you can see here, what the New England Journal of Medicine is stating. I mean, look at that. By age 30, the number of stem cells has diminished there's been a 60% reduction in your body. And stem cells replace all those cells that are needed for repair and regeneration in the body. So they're vital for our health and well-being, our wellness overall. And, I mean, imagine that by age 18, 95%. How much is that? It's really not much. So this is why LifeWave just becomes, I feel it's essential in my life. And talking about the patches, so how would one use the patches? Let's talk about that. If you're not familiar with phototherapy yet. So what most of us would do is, yes, hi, someone speaking? No? Okay. So what most of us would do is you just create a daily routine with it. You apply it in the morning, you wear it for 12 hours, you take it off in the evening. They are nighttime patches, and the patches are applied to, according to this case studies, specific sort of acupressure points on the body. But with each patch, you get a little guide, a little booklet that tells you exactly where you can place the patches. And that just makes it so easy to use the patches. But honestly, if you wanted to, like you saw, I put X39 on my forehead, you can place it anywhere on the body. It's still going to do the same thing. So we were talking about X39 and how it elevates the copper peptides, the GHKCU copper peptides in the body, which will in turn aid the stem cells in regeneration. And this is an absolutely incredible book. And I personally have not read it through fully yet, but I've learned so much about how vital the copper peptide is for our body. I mean, rebuilding your skin and your hair, this is what it's all about, retuning your gene piano to health. And that's what you're doing when you're using LifeWave. You're retuning your actual genetics. And we all know that the one thing we cannot deny or overcome is genetics. So moving on, back to the patented technology. I mean, let's just talk about the many include optional transdermal releases, and then it says increases copper peptide GHKCU in the body. The non-transdermal apparatus reflects or emits specific wavelengths of light to elevate levels of copper peptide in the body. I could go on and on and on about the copper peptide, but let's look at what it's doing for you. Let's look at some of these benefits that you're getting. And this is why I say LifeWave is for everyone, no matter your lifestyle or excuse me, your age, that's irrelevant. Because it honestly increases your strength, reduces inflammation. I mean, you know how it is. Sometimes you feel like so bloated. It's inflammation. And you know what? It's that inflammation that's actually causing that dis-ease in the body, because everything becomes out of sync with that inflammation. The cells can't deal with them and do what they're supposed to do. Now, I'm not a medical practitioner, but I've experienced inflammation and I've learned a lot about it. So we really want to reduce the inflammation in our bodies.
Did you get
And
enough of the great darling?
increased stamina. Who doesn't want that increased stamina? Energy, vitality, mental clarity. Let me tell you something about the mental clarity in my personal experience. Excuse me. And all women in the here, you might relate to this. I had last year was the worst year of my life. I experienced perimenopause for the first time. It had been there, it had been lingering, and the signs were there: the frozen shoulder, can't move my arms, the fatigue, the burnout, and I was forgetting everything, hormones out of sync. I started at the patches, and immediately it was like a curtain was lifted. That mental clarity of mine was just back. That focus was back. There was no more crying for nothing. Hormones were in sync. It was absolutely incredible. Restored. This is why a lot of athletes use X39, because of the restoration of muscle and skeletal conditions. You know, muscle is like really important for our bodies. It allows that energy to generate through our body. So it's important to take care of our muscles and have so that we can have that movement. Improved sleep and skin appearance. Who doesn't want to look young? Everybody wants to look young. I mean, even if you don't look young, you want to feel young, you want to feel vibrant, you want to feel full of life. You want to enjoy life, live your best life, kind of thing, you know? So let's go back to genetics. With my diabetes, or the diabetes that I was experiencing before the patches, I really looked into my genetics because I realized how important the genetics were. Everyone in my family practically has diabetes. And let me tell you, they live very active lifestyles. They play sport, they eat well, they live active lifestyles. Some of them are underweight, not even within their weight category, and still had diabetes. So I started to really look at my genetics. And when I saw how X39 and the copper peptides actually reset the genes, I was all in. I was all in because I knew I cannot fight my genetics. I can do many things, but that is not something that I can easily change as my genetics. So first few days of X39, these are long-term results according to the case studies that have been done. And there are numerous case studies that were done and have been done and continue to be done with LifeWave. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes more balanced. That's where that brain fog and that mental clarity, you just get that mental clarity. I mean, we all know, most of us know about collagen, and we all want more collagen. So we're taking collagen supplements and all of that. I mean, within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Within 6 months, and this is the most incredible thing, your heart reverses in age. Your heart reverses in age. I think it said that for every 10 years of your life, and brand partners, you can come in here and correct me because I'm not sure of the exact saying, but it's something like for every 1 month of using LifeWave, it's about you reverse 10 years of your life or something to that effect. And I was just like, wow, you should see David Schmidt. I mean, look how incredible he looks, and he uses the patches. He believes in the products he's developed and created. Yeah, and so I mean, like he says, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And that's exactly what it does. So, yes, I can't wait. I've only been using the patches for 4 months, but I'm telling you, at the end of the month, end of the year, I can't wait to see what I look like compared to now. Going back to thisisit.info.com, a really important website. We were talking about how LifeWave does not aim to cure, heal, treat disease in the body or conditions, but I encourage you to take the time, if your sponsor or person who brought you to the meeting tonight has shared this link with you, and even if they haven't, go on and check it out. There are numerous testimonials there. I mean, neuropathy. There's testimonials with kids, the immune system. Just go and check it out. You will be amazed at how this is empowering and changing lives. Let's go into a little bit about the products. Now, there's a lot of information, and your sponsor will provide you with all the information that you need and require regarding each patch and what it does. This X49 is really popular with athletes, of course, because of the strength, the stamina, the performance, and it elevates the AHKCU peptide. For those people who understand EMF waves and how many EMF waves there are in the air and all of that, this patch pretty much acts as a Faraday cage. It basically protects you from all those EMF waves. And we've all got mobile phones. There are EMF waves in the air everywhere. And will they make us sick? I'm not a medical doctor. I can't say that, but I do prefer to be protected from them. And this patch is incredible for that as well. But I mean, also incredible for bone density. As we grow older, our bones start to we lose that bit of collagen and our bones become, less strong and sometimes more brittle. That this one increases bone density and promotes lean muscle mass and fat loss. So, wow. I mean, who doesn't want that? And then this incredible patch, I love energy enhancers. I believe this was the first patch that was developed, and it was developed for Navy SEALs. Now, you can imagine submarine workers, particularly being underwater for long hours, living on caffeine, living on stimulants, not getting sunlight, water pressure, water levels, density. and so forth. And David came up with the energy enhancer. What I love about the energy enhancer is the fat burning capabilities. Because well, from what I understand, not only does it like assist with the lymphatic system, um, it uses your body's own fat, which I just love. It really assists with weight loss. So hey, if you're into, keeping that healthy, lean, slender weight, energy enhancer is great, and it's great for energy. It really is marvelous. Talking here about improving mitochondrial functions, and it also has anti-aging benefits. Clinically proven to effectively increase overall energy and endurance naturally without the use of drugs, chemicals, and stimulants. Marvelous. I love the natural route. This, if I had to choose any two patches, because X39 is the flagship patch, it pretty much does everything because of the elevation of those copper peptides in your body. But each patch stimulates different peptides in the body. If I had to choose any two patches, it would be X39 and Eon. Eon because of the inflammation. And let's face it, it also helps with the stress reduction. I mean, we live busy lives. It feels like the world is getting busier and busier. Well, maybe we don't always get the time to go into nature. So these patches really help with that anxiety, stress reduction, and so forth. And I love this about it. Activates the peptide in your body that is only found in royal jelly. I'm not sure if you know about royal jelly, but I looked into royal jelly at one stage. And again, I stand to correction on this, but I think the only real royal jelly that you can get is from Vietnam. And royal jelly is an absolutely incredible substance. It's the reason why the queen bee, I believe, lives like 50 times longer than the other bees. So incredible for anti-aging as well. And then, whoa, this patch, LifeWave. Remember we were talking about the athletes? I tell you, imagine athletes have a lot of bumps, bruises, sprains, pains, and love of ibuprofen or anti-inflammatories. But we now have solutions to that. Rapid pain relief. Um, this patch is incredible for pain relief, whether it's for a migraine or a little sprain here and there. Absolutely incredible for pain relief. By the way, the LifeWave patch comes in, well, there's 30 patches in every sleeve. But LifeWave and Energy Enhancers, I'm not sure if you can see that. LifeWave and Energy Enhancers, I'm going to show you, I have two sections in the pack. Okay, one section, two sections, because they come in 15 brown and 15 white. And there's a reason for that, because they work together. And they work basically on like a sort of polarity magnetism. So just so that you know, when you do get the patches, don't expect 30 in the LifeWave or Energy Enhancers. It's 15 brown and 15 white, and they're always used together. It is always the tan on the left and white on the right of the body, as you can see in the photos there. So moving on to the body's master antioxidants, another patch that I absolutely love. You know, we live in a world where, and I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. So if you have had any questions and I haven't answered yet, we'll get to that. Let's talk about the body's master antioxidants. Glutathione elevated by 300%. We all know that we're living in an ever-evolving world. Half the time, we don't even know what's in our food, let alone our air, let alone our water, or whatever the case may be. So it's important to use antioxidants to clear and cleanse the body from time to time. And X39 elevates the glutathione levels in the body by 30%, but this does it by 300% within 24 hours. Let me tell you my experience of glutathione. And the day I put glutathione on, I had a metallic taste in my mouth. And I remember because of the sugar and the diabetes and the weight and all of that, I've had numerous periodontal issues. But my periodontist had said to me that if you ever taste metal in the mouth, you know there's an infection in the body somewhere. And then I tasted metal in my mouth and I had to take it. So I went to research it. And that's when I realized that it's detoxing my body of all those heavy metals that were in my body. And actually, I would please remember our biochemistries are all very different. What may have happened to me and worked for me may work differently for you because it's working with your body's own innate energy and infrared levels of light in your body. But the first day I put this on, I put it here in the position here on my left hand, and I did not have an appetite. But I came to and I love food. As you can imagine, you saw what weight I was. But what I realized is that it was because it was detoxing my body that I didn't have that appetite. And I felt an intense thirst for water. By the way, when you're using these patches, because the patches are working with your body's own light, and you should be doing this anyway. We're going to get to electrolytes and we're going to talk a little bit about hydration and electrolytes. But okay, let's just get through the patches first. SV6, game changer for me, absolute game changer. Also assists with hormones, organ regeneration. It doesn't say it over here, but and I'm talking to you because I want to share with you through my personal experience as well. Well, I found with this patch that my body craves healthier food. So it didn't just suppress my appetite and my sugar cravings. It actually sort of coaxes me and encourages my body to want healthier, which I found absolutely incredible. So like I say, maybe different for everybody else because that's my biochemistry. And remember, I consume so much sugar in my life anyway. So maybe that's why it's doing that for me. Okay, moving on. Sleep. How many people, because of the stresses of life, cannot sleep? So Silent Nights, incredible patch. Assists with the melatonin, your circadian rhythms. This patch, it takes a little bit of time to work. So you got to give it an opportunity, 30, 60, 90 days to reset those circadian rhythms, to reset the melatonin in the body so that you can have that restful night's sleep. Wonderful patch, wonderful patch. And then carnosine. Woo! I have learned so much about carnosine and the peptide of carnosine. Carnosine is incredible for the neurological system. It improves the bioelectrical properties of organs and promotes overall health and wellness of the brain, the heart, and muscles. Improves cognitive functions, prevents mental health decline, and visual degeneration. And athletes love this patch because it enhances strength, flexibility, stamina. Now that I'm active and I'm walking again, and because I've been on something which I learned recently, so many medications with metformin in them, it actually disrupts the lactic acid in your muscles. And I found it disrupted the lactic acids in my calves mostly. So when I even start to walk slowly, I feel that bit of cramping, or this is before the patches. My muscles get tired really quickly. And I was walking the other day with carnosine on, and I love the position for carnosine right here on my chest. Okay. I breathe easier when I have carnosine on. It's incredibly amazing. And my muscles are so much smoother. I can go longer distances. I can go faster. I can really push myself. Um, so carnosine is incredible. It pairs really well with the X39 and X49, but just carnosine on its own, amazing. Moving on. I'm talking very fast here because I don't want to keep you all for too long and the hour's almost up. And we've been talking a lot about products. So I'm just going to skip forward quickly. Aloe vera, incredible patch for skin generation. For the epithelamine, it's the epithelamine peptide, which I understand has something to do with ketosis as well. It is an excellent patch, I promise you. And you use aloe vera at night, you sleep amazingly as well. And I'm just looking for my cat because he was wandering around here. Our little furry friends, not just friends, horses. Um, we do not have this patch South Africans in South Africa as yet, but all the other patches work just as amazingly for animals. Eon, X39, and it really helps the animals with their inflammation, any pain that they're experiencing, and so forth. It's used in a lot of horse farms, and absolutely incredible for our animals as well. Okay, back to those electrolytes. We're going to try and whiz through the electrolytes, but I'd like to explain to you how important electrolytes are for the body, especially when you're patching. But even if you're not patching, they are still really important because the body needs those electrolytes, minerals to repair and regenerate. So, I have a little bit of Celtic salt in there that I just keep on my desk, and I have a little container I carry around with me. Little pinch on the tongue, glass of water, keep you great. Whichever way you get electrolytes into your body, what I've learned is that electrolytes are essential for the function of the body. I will just whiz through it really quickly. You know, this is with cell function, fluid balance, nerve functions, muscle functions, acid-base balance, your pH balances in your body. And I've learned over time like how to tell my pH signs. So that's incredible. And of course, you can test for that as well. Tissue repair, energy production. I mean, you need those nutrients and those electrolytes. So even if you're not using it, but we hope you are going to use the patches and join us in the revolution of health and wellness and well-being. Increase your electrolytes. If you're overseas, I understand in the USA there's something called Redmond salt. Incredible. I'm not too sure about other countries. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Take a rehydration product if you need to. It's really essential for the body. So let's talk if you're ready to get started. Are you ready to get
London,
started? Hi, Peter.
London, before we go into the business side, there is a question here. Maybe you can
Sure.
answer it if you can. Maybe Kathy can. Is do we have anything for cholesterol? What would you recommend for cholesterol?
Kathy, can I hand that one over to you?
Unmute myself, yeah. The cholesterol, I would use the X39, definitely. And then, I mean, not that I have read too much or looked into it, but intuitively, the carnosine, those two.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Okay.
Cool. I agree with that. I think X39 is just like it works so amazing for everything. Everything. Are there any more questions or Estelle?
Stella has a hand up, yeah.
Okay, Estelle.
Hi, Londra. I just wanted to say that on X39 and 49, I have gone off my cholesterol medication completely now for nearly 4 months, and I have no problem whatsoever. I've actually gone off a lot of medications. So I thought I'd just put that little testimony in there. I think it definitely does solve the problem.
Estelle, that is so awesome. I'm so pleased to hear that. Wonderful. And it also reminded me, everybody, which I actually forgot to share with you, is after 2 months, but I just want to keep reiterating this, that our biochemistry is all very different. And I work very closely with my medical health practitioners. I am officially, after this is my second month now, having removed 2 diabetic medications, and my sugar levels are still very stable. In fact, I do live readings on social media now and again to show people my sugar levels. And I've also removed high blood pressure medication. That is so marvelous. But I use a combination of patches. You don't have to. If you want to start with the patch, go for the X39 or the X39 and the Eon, or speak to your sponsor about the best package and the best pricing. This is why we sponsor. This is why it's relational, because they're able to assist you with pricing and saving money and buying in the best way. So we're going to go through this a little. I might have to ask Peter to add in here and there to help me out with this, but let's go through it. So you can start with any package that you choose if you want to get better pricing. There is a preferred customer program, which works just as well. However, you get a lot more for your money when you buy with what you're seeing on the screen at the moment. So for instance, let's just say you started on silver, that's $300 US. So let's just say you wanted to buy X39 and X49 only. That would be $149.95, I think, for each sleeve, which ends up being about $300 US anyway. So, I mean, you might as well come here, get the silver, and get an extra sleeve. So, this is a real great way to save money. If you are interested in starting as a business, then the best place to start is by purchasing a gold package. It gives you the opportunity to go through different patches, experience them, and it's a way for you to start earning commissions. I'm not going to spend too much time on this unless there's any questions. Then we can help you with your questions. But as I was saying, this is an amazing product, not just a product to share. You know, I'm going to put it to you like this. LifeWave is not just a product. It's not just a business. It's a family, because you build relationships through LifeWave. It's a family of light, basically. It's a really supportive team. It's a supportive structure. As you saw here, there are systems that are already in place for you. There's not much you need to do. There are incredible resources with, and I assure you that the people who brought you to this meeting, they will support you all the way, showing you how to do what's best. So yes, you know, this is why we're sharing. This is why we're sharing with you, because it's caring, and we care about you and your health and your well-being. We can't be on this earth alone. We gotta, you know, life is a symbiosis. We need each other. So share, 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 share. And of course, let's talk a little about the business side of things. If you're interested in the business time of things, you see, here's my little kitty. He's actually stuck on me here. Sorry, I need to cut his nails. You see what I mean? Time, freedom, sharing. In actual fact, let me just share something with you from my personal. So I knew that I was going to fill in for the meeting tonight, and my sound, because of a Windows update, was not working. But guess what? I'm speaking to you on a brand new laptop. Why? Because of LifeWave. Now, everybody wants that time and that freedom to afford and do all the things they want to do in life. And so, if you are looking to do that, then LifeWave made it through the time when the world shut down. And there are many network marketing companies that didn't. And I listened to David Schmidt say today, We are 20 years old, but we are just starting because there's so much in the line for LifeWave. So very much coming through soon. So if you want to get in, now's the time. Now is the time. This is a truly progressive company. If I can just, because I didn't realize so much speaking. Peter, can you do me a favor, please? Can you help and add and just help me out here with the commission structure to share with everyone? Peter, are you there?
Yes, sure, Landa, absolutely. Well done.
Okay, well, like, maybe I'll just take them through
Yes,
the
I am
first
here. Can
bit.
you hear me?
Yes, I
Okay.
can. I can.
Yeah.
Delayed. Are you there, Peter?
Can you hear me now?
I
Yeah,
can
I'm
hear you
here.
now. Yes.
Okay, now. Did say my internet's unstable. That's possibly why you didn't. Yeah, sure. Not a problem, London. Thank you very much for everything you've expressed. It's been awesome and wonderful. Yeah, as Alondra said before, you've got 5 different options to enter into being a brand partner, and it depends on your affordability and what you want to get out of it. But there are 2 options. The one option is living a healthy lifestyle and following the new trends of the world when they've discovered where the past has actually caused more damage to us, and the future of LifeWave is healthy vitality within our lives. But then the second option, or I would actually say the first option, quite frankly, because if you speak to everyone out there, if you ask them what's their 2 complaints, one's their health and the other one's their finances. A lot of people don't have enough money. So this is a means of making that extra money. Whether you want to turn it into a business and become a multimillionaire out of it, the option is there. Or if you just want to cover your petrol or just your subscription orders every single month, you can do that. And so the 5 different options is you will buy in as a brand partner. And for what you buy in is you get patches for it. So there's no extra money you're putting into it. And then you can build yourself up from there. So those are the couple out there. We do recommend coming in possibly at silver because you get a lot more. Gold is where you can go to the rank of manager. And at the rank of manager, on the binary system that we will explain briefly to you, you have the option of starting to earn really, really good money. And it's simple, it's easy once you've started to build a leg of people. Fun people, happy people, people that want to help each other, and everyone to enjoy the benefits of both the health side and the financial side. You've heard Landa's story tonight, quite mind-blowing, incredible, and that's straight out of the horse's mouth. It's not someone giving a presentation that's talking about someone else for a change. And that's really brilliant. Well done, Landra. I really, really enjoyed it. You want to move to the next slide? I'll cover that for you as well if you want me to.
Sure. There we go.
Yeah, that's the binary system. Basically, you're at the top and you start talking to other people, bring them onto the Zoom. We give them the presentation. If they're interested in both the benefits, they sign up as a brand partner, they speak to their, they bring on someone else, and so on and so forth. And everyone earns through the chain. Once you've built a decent chain, you're earning really, really good money. You want to move on to the next one? Okay, and then the last side of it, besides added bonuses and incentives and that sort of thing, is what we call a matching bonus. So first is the people that you personally recruit. You can get 25% of what they earn. Who they recruit after that, you can get 20% of what they earn. And then the third leg, you can also get 20% of what they earn. So you bring in someone, they bring in someone, they bring in someone, and we're all a happy family going forward. And yeah, people are earning lots of money out of it and living really good lifestyles and curing a lot of problems that we are experiencing in the world today with all the the things that are bombarding us. I mean, it's the chemicals, it's our food, it's the water, it's the EMFs out there. We can't get away from it. We're all living in that little bubble where all these things are bombarding us and creating problems in our life. LifeWave's the answer, pretty much the answer. David is a genius. And one thing I'd like to add onto that as well, it doesn't stop here. We just got in at the end of the company is going boom with so many other things that are coming in. So if you want to get involved and you feel the benefits you get involved now because you're going to miss the boat. As he brings out the rest, it's going to change the world. It's the fastest growing network marketing company in the world. It grew by 2,500% in the last 2 years. Awesome stuff, wonderful family, and good opportunities. And then the last one on that is if someone just wants to use the product, they don't want to get involved in the business, they will pay 30% more for the product. You can see it's 149 Rand, called $150, sorry. $150 for a sleeve of the X39, whereas as a brand partner, you get it at $100. So it's a 30% saving. Even if you don't build a leg, even if you don't want to go out there and benefit with the amount of money that you can bring in and you just want to use the product, you're more than welcome to just go ahead and be a retail customer buying off the person who brought you into the business. I won't worry about the preferred customer. That's very similar to a brand partner, but we do recommend signing up with a brand partner. Next one. Over to you now.
Yeah. Are you ready to get started? I'm ready to get started. I'm telling you, I am so fired up about LifeWave in this. So you got no questions? So let's talk about there are other incentives, absolutely other incentives. I will tell you how my day started off absolutely incredible. Can you see this? This is my first LifeWave pin. And I tell you, this is such a supportive, progressive company. Like I said, it's like a family. This is it team is the fastest growing team in the world. We have amazing leadership, amazing support. In actual fact, you can earn regional and elite trips. Our elite and regional trips who have earned money are now on a cruise. I mean, they've just been to Bora Bora, they've been on a cruise. They're incredible incentives. I mean, in South Africa, I think the latest trip is to Marrakesh. So everybody, is working towards going to Marrakesh. And I think the Northern Hemisphere is Punta de Cana, I think. It says there's music playing. There's always music playing in my head. Yes, you can earn absolutely amazing incentives at LifeWave. And it's not just the regional trips that you can earn. You can earn, there's like this leadership bonus pool where you can earn from the global leadership pool as well. So lots that LifeWave offers you in terms of incentives. And of course, if you are an entrepreneur, like I was showing you, Bo Brennan earlier, where he was running the relay. Bo Brennan is, I think, the youngest income earner at LifeWave. Bo Brennan brings in about 25,000 US dollars a week, and he is almost freshly out of college. I think he just earned the award for the top earner. So when I tell you that there is potential here, there is potential, and it doesn't matter what age you are. Of course, I think there's a stipulation. You need to be 18 or over. But yes, incredible business. So if you want to fast track that, there are various ways to fast track it. I mean, your first goal is to become manager, for which you'll have to really start on a gold pack with the gold package that we showed you earlier. And on your left, you need 2 silver people, And on your right shoulder, you will need two people that buy in at silver. And this is how we were talking about how the binary system works. But that's the first thing you need to focus on, and you grow it from there. And so it's a marvelous system with a really supportive team. There are resources, there's guidance. You are provided with pretty much everything. So speak to the person who brought you to the meeting. And let's get started. X39 was the best day of my life. I'll tell you, I'll start it over and over and over again if I had to. Absolutely incredible. So get started. I mean, we all want more time to spend with our families, our loved ones, live out our dreams, have that financial freedom. I had the financial freedom to buy a new laptop when Windows did the update and messed up everything on my PC. And so I'm able to be here to share with you. So incredible, incredible benefits. So everyone, are you ready to start your journey with LifeWave? Because if you are, please get back to the person who invited you. We look forward to welcome you to the team. This is it. This is it. Any questions? Any questions? I can't see the chat, Peter.
No, there's no further questions. Just lots of compliments, Alondra, and well done.
Oh,
Well done. I love working with you. You're
I
great
look at the
inspiration.
recording. I listen to the recording while I'm busy walking with my
Yeah.
carnosine on.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Thank you for your time, and blessings to you. Can we call it a night?